Hey there, so this is just an introduction to the white bean chicken chili recipe, and I just want to first say it's a super informal video. I just grabbed my camera when I was making it and decided to record it because this is one of my favorite fall and winter recipes. And I also just want to mention this is adapted from a recipe in the Gooseberry Patch, like 5 ingredients or less cookbook. But I will post my version down below and the substitutions I use next to it. And thanks so much for watching this. I hope you enjoy. Bye. So, the ingredients you will need for this recipe is cooked chicken breast, and I just bake mine at, well, first of all, I use half breasts, or like butterflied chicken breasts, and I cook them, I bake them at 375 for 20 or 25 minutes, and I just put olive oil, salt, a little bit of salt, mostly just pepper and paprika in mine. You'll need 8 ounces of some sort of spicy cheese. I use jalapeno Monterey blend, and then you're supposed to use shredded Monterey Jack, but I prefer cubed. I don't mind it melting. And then you will need as much chicken as desired. The actual recipe calls for 4 chicken breasts cooked. I use 1, but that's because I don't eat a lot of meat, and my fiance usually picks the meat out and puts it in his bowl. You will need a 16-ounce jar of whatever salsa you prefer. I'm using Newman's Own. I actually prefer a different salsa in here, but I don't know what happened to it. You will need 48 ounces of beans. It calls for Great Northern beans, but I'm using a mixture of pinto and Great Northern. There you go. So, yeah, I'm just using a mixture for no other reason than I got this huge can of pinto beans, and I did not use the whole can because it is 40 ounces, and then a regular can is like 15.5. So I used part of the big can, and then I used the whole little can. So usually what I do is heat up the cheese first so it starts melting a little bit, but I just dump my beans in, and actually the recipe just calls for you to dump everything in and heat it up, and then add up to 1 cup of water for desired consistency. Okay, so the cheese, the chicken, and the beans are currently in the pot, and the recipe calls for you to put the pot on low, but I prefer like medium low, and I'm just going to add the salsa. Okay, this is just a mild salsa. And it's a good salsa, I just have another one that I prefer. So that's what it looks like incorporated, and obviously it's definitely going to be too thick. I will add in the water, but right now I'm just going to go ahead and let it heat up. So it's been about 25 minutes or so, and I actually, for the first like 15 or 20 minutes, I kept the soup on low, or medium low. I turned it up just to medium because it didn't do anything. And I know it usually takes a long time, but I was getting a little bit impatient. So I turned it up to medium, and after just like 5 to 10 minutes maybe, this is what happened. It all kind of melted and incorporated together. Obviously it's still a little thick, so this is probably where I'm going to add my cup of water. And you can also tell that some of the cheese isn't fully melted. Oh gosh, what the heck am I doing? Okay, so you can probably tell, but it's really soft, and I'm just going to stir it and add 1 cup of water. So, just adding it. And I've actually, before, I have added up to 2 cups of water and it was still good. It just depends how soupy you want your soup, or if you want it more like a chili or a stew. But I find that this is a pretty good consistency. It's still hearty, but it's actual soup consistency. This is what the soup looks like completely cooked, and I'm about to get a bowl of it. Okay, so here it is in the bowl, and you can see all the different beans. The cheese is obviously melted, but you can see the vegetables from the salsa, which is really nice, and all the spices. And it's so, so good, and it's just perfect for the fall and the winter. And what I usually like to serve with this, and what I'll probably end up making, I usually make muffins or rolls, and I have these specific muffins that I really enjoy. Or like cornbread, that's always really good with this too. Even tortilla chips are really good. And some other things I've done with this, I have used different cheeses. This is just my favorite version or recipe of this, but I've used different cheeses like cheddar, and it just gives a really good and different flavor to the soup. Instead of salsa, I have used something instead of salsa, I've used like rotel, and that's really different and it's really good. And then I've used just more beans and no meat, or put olives in it. This is something that I feel like I can make more often because I can change it up so often. So thank you for watching this, and I hope you enjoyed seeing this recipe, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.